Let's see. Should be live. Should be live. It's been a while since we've been doing this shit, so it's been a minute. I don't know if it's gonna be working, but we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. It's been a while. Are we live? Are we live? Are we good? I spent the last 30 minutes trying to figure this shit out, but now we figured it out, so we're good. It's been a while. We've had a crazy year. It's been a fantastic year. And it's been a year of growth. But we're finally live, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for 2023, and you and I have to have a conversation tonight. So, pen and paper, sit back, unless you're going to spend all day scrolling on Instagram again, right? You're going to spend all day scrolling on Instagram, doing the same bullshit that you've always done. Or you're going to level up. Choice is yours. Organic. Anyways, like button, ladies and gentlemen, pen and paper. We're going to have a good session today. And I want to talk to you guys because, hang on, let me find my phone. I know we got a lot of questions. If you guys go to my recent Instagram post, I'm going to be answering some questions that some of you guys put out. It's actually really, really good way to communicate. So if you have any questions that you specifically want to ask, post them on my last Instagram post. I'm going to be reading them right now. And I kind of just want to vibe with you guys. I kind of want to have a level up time. But before we get started, hit the like button. Costs you nothing. We got Mr. Belmar in the house. We're going to be talking a little bit biohacking.
What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing tonight? How many people we got live? 358. Amazing. How's everyone doing tonight?
Just warming up. Just warming up. Everybody's doing good tonight? All right, let's see how we get this in focus. There we go. Okay. You and I have to have a conversation, ladies and gentlemen.
But
a
before we
one-to-one.
do-
Hey, 11-11.
There we go. Drum roll. All right, let's
Drum roll. Hey, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
So, somebody said turn off the music. Shall we turn off the music? Is that better? Is the music off? There we go. Music is off, ladies and gentlemen. We're good. Welcome, all right, to almost the new year, all right?
Yeah.
Almost the new year. I don't know what objectives you guys have, what goals you have for this year, but I have big ones. And the reason I have big ones is because I understand the potential that there is in 2023. There's massive potential. And the potential, if you can spot it, is going to set you apart from your competition. Because all you need, ladies and gentlemen, is an advantage. You need an edge in the game, right? You don't need to be 15 steps ahead, right? All you need is an edge. The people that run the game, they have an edge. They understand how the game is made, right? If you make a game, if you create a system, you're going to create it to your advantage. Why would people not create it to their own advantage? And they have, right? It's just building blocks of people wanting to steal, to loot the coffins of the taxpayers, for example, as one of the industries, or slave labor in Africa and Southeast Asia. These are ways of stealing from people. And they require exploits. So when you see a lot of these multi-billion-dollar companies out there and you assume that, there's nothing nefarious going on, you need to understand that the game is played very differently than the way that you're taught. Very differently. So, got to start waking up. Waking up to reality, waking up to the understanding of how the world works, and the sooner you do it, the better off you're going to be. Wake up to reality, ladies and gentlemen. All right. 2023, do you have any goals? Any goals set in place, right? Or are you just going into 2023 just saying, I'm going to have a great year, but you haven't planned? If you have no plan, right, you don't know where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, you will go nowhere, right? So if you want to go somewhere, first figure out where you want to go. And once you know where you want to go, make sure that you understand the steps by retroactively doing, right, the back steps of your goal. And you'll be able to obtain whatever you want your goal to be. It's very simple. There's recipes to success. Just like there's recipes to a good physique or a good bank account.
Good mental health, everything.
It all requires steps. It's a blueprint. Shall we start with a couple questions? Before we get started, where's everybody joining us from? Where are you from?
Yeah.
Countries. We got 550 people in the house.
Spam.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2023 is about to be an interesting year. It's about to be an interesting year. You know, a lot of you guys are new to my content. I've been around for a long time. I've just been very low key. And the reason I've been low key is because there's seasons, right? And there's seasons where you have to level up and you have to just be quiet. And I was in that season for the last 4 or 5 years, just building, becoming. And now that I am, right, I'm in a situation now where we can talk. So, where are you joining us from, ladies and gentlemen?
From all over, literally, spam. We've got Asia, we've got USA, we got everyone. I haven't seen any African countries yet. Oh, Morocco, never mind, there we go. Dang, what's going on, guys? There we go. We got 596 in the house. This is gonna be fire.
Ask them what they thought about the World Cup.
Guys, come on, tell me, what did we think about the World Cup? Last game, Argentina. Literally best game in the history of soccer. Messi the GOAT. Greatest of all time. Greatest athlete of all time. Guys, mark my words, documentaries, movies will be made in years to come.
Oh, for sure, bro, for sure. Messi could license the fuck out of his life.
He should. I would.
He could make billions. But anyways, I want to get started with some questions. If you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, please go to my recent Instagram post and write your question. Anything has to do with business, you know. A lot of you guys don't know my background, but my background is in e-commerce. And then I transferred basically full-time into crypto, got out of crypto, went into NFTs, did well in NFTs, cashed out of crypto, and now I'm pretty much just investing in companies, private equity, making good moves, making big deals, and that's about it. So went from doing to operating to now investing, and it's a pretty good stage. So that's kind of how I see the sequence of an entrepreneur. You know, you don't want to always be doing. You want to get to the stage where you can invest into people, where you can invest into ideas, you know, because your money can move. Your money's like robots, right? It's like little machines. And you can deploy these machines to do things on your behalf, right? Where you're not present. What the peasant thinks is that they have to always be working in order for them to make money. No, you do not want to work to make money because money isn't real. Money is debt, right? So you do not want to be expending. Oh, damn, my camera turned off. Let's see. I was about to go into a little flow.
You should actually go into the difference between hustlers and bosses.
Yeah, it's a great
It's a great topic to tap into. Hey guys, can you guys hear us? Or are we still live? Type 1 if you can hear me. We're having some technical difficulty, guys. Press 1 if you can still hear me. Okay, cool. So, they can hear us. Phenomenal. All right, guys. So Luke right now is working on fixing the camera, and we're gonna be up and running. So yeah, guys, we're gonna be talking about business. Drop every question that you have on Luke's latest post, and he will be going through the best questions and answering them live. So take the opportunity now and spam the comments. Best question gets answered. So be smart. Don't ask stupid questions. All right, 222. Guys, all right, so let's play a little game real quick. Best player of all time, press 1 for Messi, press 2 for Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, the camera's on. Guys, press 1 for Messi, 2 for Cristiano Ronaldo. Spam. Let's see who wins. I'm actually curious. Boom, boom, boom. 1-1, 2-2-2. Yo, there we go. We're getting more ones for sure. I honestly think that Messi, just in terms of natural talent, is unparred. Like you see the guy literally dancing on the field with the ball. It's majestic to watch. Yeah, there we go. One's for Messi. Let's go.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. All right, we got 688 people in the house. Let's get started. So a question that I got earlier today was in the comments was, Luke, as a teenager, how do I make money in 2023? Because it's a valid question. You know, you have a lot of young hustlers, kids in their 16s to 18s. They're still in high school, but they understand the online money game. They understand that there's some cash to be made, and they want to get in on the action, you know? So don't let anybody tell you because you're young that you can't be out here making money, that you can't be out here hustling. You know, I have students, kids that are 16 years old doing 20, 50K days. Like, they're absolutely crushing. I have 19-year-olds that are doing 100K days. You know, I have kids that are in their early 20s doing $300,000 days.
Yeah,
Literally proven, tested, real e-commerce stores that are brands, right? These are real tangible things. Now, yeah, they may be anomalies, but why can't you be an anomaly, right? If somebody else can't do it, doesn't mean you can't do it. In the comments, you're going to see so many people be like, oh yeah, well that's luck, or that's bullshit, or whatever. Yeah, there's so many excuses as to why you can't do something, right? But you only need one good reason as to why you need to do something, and you can be that difference. You can be that point of difference in your environment. So choose to be that person, you know? Choose to be that rare phenomenon, that maverick, that individual that supersedes the average, you know? It's so easy to be common, but to be extraordinary requires a different kind of heart, a different kind of individual. So if you're going to be that person, you're going to be misunderstood, but it's what is required to get to the top. So what are ways that you can make money as a young entrepreneur in your early 20s or in your teens? Well, first we need to understand the type of places where you can make money. So we're going to break it down into 3 categories. The first one is physical products, right? Whether you're reselling sneakers, reselling watches, whether you have a drop shipping store selling general products, household products, whether you have an Amazon store, whether you have an eBay store where you resell things that you find at a garage sale, whether you trade Pokemon cards, whatever it may be, right? You have the ability to transact physical goods, right? You can own a grocery store, you can own, a movie theater, right? There's some sort of physical product that's interacting with that individual. That's the first type of place where you can make money with, right? Physical products. The second one is digital products. You have, your subscriptions, your software companies, you have your platforms, right? You have your Netflix, your Facebook. For your softwares, you can have anything, right? You can have Dropbox, you can have Streamlabs, you can have whatever it is, right?
Infinite.
OBS, there's infinite amounts of softwares. Then you can have info products, right? People that sell info products online, or you're offering digital services, right? And that's the third one, is services, right? So you have physical products, digital products, and you have services. Services is the easiest to get into, but it's the hardest to kind of get off the ground into kind of a sustainable, successful business, because it requires a lot of time, sweat equity. So you run an agency, you're gonna have to put in mad hours, right? It's not this idea that is extremely passive. You kind of have these golden handcuffs towards your clients because they're paying you for performance or things of this nature, right? So there are things attached to that ability to make money with no real investment up front besides your time and your effort. But then you have your physical products, right? I see a lot of kids making a ton of money doing TikTok organic, right? They're running these products, they're being creative. Most people think that the problem is the product, or the problem is that it's saturated, but many times it's people's narrative and their marketing angle and their ability to position the product in a way whereby it's interesting and persuasive. What you need to understand is these big companies that you see around the world, you see Apple, you see Airbnb, dude, they spend millions and millions of dollars every single month on advertising. They are present, they are there, they have a mark, they have a brand, they have a message, right? It's very, very clear. But they're so common, they're so big that to you it's just, oh, Apple's there, right? Apple's there right next to the Eiffel Tower. No, but that's positioning. You put yourself there as a brand to get noticed, to have a messaging, and you have to do that yourself. Now with TikTok Organic, as a young entrepreneur, you can take a product that you think is really cool, you can build a story, a narrative around it, and you can sell it. You can build a community, you can resonate, and yeah, sure, maybe you won't make $100,000 a month on that product, but you're damn sure if you put in a lot of work and you understand the market and you have a good marketing angle and you test enough products, I guarantee you're bound to find something that'll make you $10,000 a month. Why not?
For sure.
It's not that difficult, right?
The issue is the learning curve.
It's the learning curve, but everything is difficult at first. Everything has a learning curve. So are you going to have a learning curve whereby you have no ceiling when it comes to your income, or is your learning curve going to be capped by a job, right? So you have to figure out the type of knowledge that you want. Can you get in frame?
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's the second perspective, and then you have your software or your digital goods. This is the one that I usually like the most because you have no inventory, you have kind of no cost of goods, you don't have shipping problems. Right now a lot of Amazon products, a lot of Prime products, and things, even drop shipping from China, they're massively delayed. Why? Because there's supply chain issues. China's going into their new year, right? Factories don't work. You have COVID lockdowns. The ports are a mess, right? So you have all this backlog whereby in digital products you wouldn't even feel that friction. So that's something to also consider. And it's a really good experience. So you guys have to figure out, now you have these 3 different blocks, right? Of physical products, digital products, and services. You need to figure out where you can excel. And the way you can excel is by figuring out 3 formulas, right? In order to get paid, you need to figure out 3 formulas. Let's talk about services. Okay, so with services, you need to figure out 3 things. First is what is in high demand, right? So you don't want to be doing, let's say, agency work in an outdated niche, right? In a niche that no longer has an audience, right? Or you do not want to be running a service, or you do not want to have your own organization, your own company, doing or operating or providing value somewhere where there's no longer a lot of interest per se, because you need demand, and you need a market, and you need a target audience, and you need a group of people big enough to scale, right? A lot of companies, they get capped because their target market or their audience is so small that they end up being limited,
regardless of their skill and knowledge,
correct,
etc.
The market is too small. It's too niche, it's too small, it's too limited. So first, you need to figure out something that is in high demand. 2 is figure out if you have the ability to be positioned as the best in the market, right? You need to make your stamp. If you're trying to outlive brands and not only live off of paid traffic, which is a terrible way to live, and you want to build a real sustainable company, a real sustainable brand, the way you're going to do it is by building, right, into something where you can become the best. You can become a household name, right? You need to be able to compete for that mental space when it comes to that niche. It's extremely important, right? So if I say, athletic wear, you would automatically think of 2 or 3 brands. If I tell you shoes, you would think about 2 or 3 brands. If I tell you designer, you would talk about 2 or 3 brands, right? These are the ones that occupy the mental blocks in people's minds. And you, as a company, you're supposed to occupy that mental block. That's what advertising is all about. You don't want to be just slamming direct to consumer. You want to build this relationship, this rapport, this reputation, this brand, this image. It takes time. So first is figure out something that is in high demand. Second, figure out something that you can be extremely good at. And finally, find something that you cannot be easily replaced in, right? A lot of you guys have e-commerce stores, e-commerce products that anybody can literally white label and compete, outspend you, right? Spend more ads than you, develop an ecosystem that's better than you, launch better ads, and boom, they take your product, you're out of market, right? So you need to be able to build something that is completely different, and you do that by not competing with other people or copying other people, but by creating something unique, which requires a lot of mental power. But that's kind of like the entire thesis with regards to that. So yeah, hope you guys kind of got a good little intro with regards to that. So figure out what niches are in the physical space, what niches are in the digital space, and what niches are in the services space, and figure out where you resonate and go and make your money.
And would you suggest for them to just pursue one or try all 3 and see what suits them best?
You need to figure out something where you can excel, right? That's the most important thing. You do not want to be operating somewhere where there's a lot of friction and resistance, right? There's no need for it. You have natural abilities, natural God-given skills. You can harness those. You need to polish them. You need to figure out where your weaknesses and partner with people that can build on those weaknesses, or hire people I can manage those weaknesses, right? And you can get creative as to how you employ people. You don't have to be paying people salary, right? You can give people commission, you can give people revenue
Other
share, you can
incentives,
give
yeah.
people equity. Like there's so many other incentives, bonuses that you can give people in order to maintain them around. So build yourself in a way where you're focusing on your strengths and understanding that the weaknesses need to be built and covered by other people,
Yeah.
or by systems, or by artificial intelligence, or by whatever means possible, in order for you to focus on what you're good at. And once you focus on what you're good at, you build a business around that, because you want to be the best. So somebody said it's lagging like crazy. Lag.
Yeah, everyone's saying it.
Is it laggy? Here, turn off the camera and turn it back on. Is it better now?
¿Cómo se hace eso, Luke?
It's a little switch right there.
Okay.
No, it's a switch.
This one?
Yeah. Is it better?
I turned it on.
Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2.
Are we back or no?
Is it okay? Is it okay? If it's too laggy, we'll just call it quits.
Yeah.
Hope it was a good little lesson for people. Anyways, it's a little bit laggy. Not a big deal, guys. I'm going to call it quits. We had a good little 30-minute session. You guys got some heat. You guys got some sauce. See you guys back here tomorrow. We'll do it again. We'll figure out what the lag is.
Get it fixed for next
We'll
time.
get it fixed. We'll get it fixed. It's not a big deal. But I gave you guys some sauce. We're going to continue the topic tomorrow. Tune back in tomorrow, same time. And we're going to break down those niches specifically. And when we're going to break down these niches, we're going to talk about some practical businesses in each one of them. So be on the lookout, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you. Hit the like button.
And also
And,
go comment on the latest post.
Go comment on the latest post. We're going to actually
Question.
read the questions.
Yeah. Best ones get answered.
Okay, people are